Welcome to Atlanta Tarot. This is the tarot forecast for Scorpio for May 2021. So we are in the element of Earth, which is Taurus. So let's see, Scorpio. So Taurus is your polar opposite. So it'll be interesting for you as well. Very much the card of the builder, Taurus. May time. It's very slow moving energy, very precise sort of a time, Scorpio. So the energy around you for this next 4 weeks of Taurus is the Hierophant, and it is indeed the card for Taurus. So taking it slow, being very precise and careful this month. Stability. You know, things just block by block, more or less, Scorpio. So anyway, without me putting too much on it, let's see what the cards are going to point you towards, illuminate this month. And the actual meaning of this Hierophant is your moral compass. So just really trusting decisions and etc. to be made this month. Really rely on your own moral compass for yourself. You know what is right and what is wrong for you. Right now, this is where you are, and we have the Wheel of Fortune. So if you've been putting in a lot of energy to projects, life, whatever, relationship, you'll be getting, you know, you're at that time where it's sort of, it's a destiny card. It's where things just say, well, it is how it is, and you got yourself here all by yourself, by your decisions, actions, consequences. Conversely too, if you haven't been putting in, well, you know what, you don't get anything, do you? Very powerful card though, Scorpio, and a nice card to start out with. So I like to read on the positive swing. So it's about, you know, you are at this point, this is exactly where you are. So where you find yourself is all by your own energy, or how you got here on your own steam. Let's see what's influencing that Wheel of Fortune, which is one of the biggest cards of the whole deck, and it's a major card. The influencer is the High Priestess, very, very big card as well. Very much about keeping your own counsel. Secrets as well that may come seeping out at this time, or you just keeping a secret yourself. The main theme of the High Priestess is, though, it's a very sort of intuitive time. It's about it's sort of counteractive to the Hierophant. They are in fact brother and sister, I believe, in the old Greek mythology. So yeah, it's all about sort of really trusting your own intuition this month, going with the flow in terms of what you feel is the right way or direction for you. Also can indicate a very, very spiritual connection in terms of relationship as well. So really very interesting. Let's have a look at another major card. So great. Let's see the background. And we have the Page of Wands. So we have good news is on the way. It's sitting up the top here in the positionally as, you know, the crowning card or the background, but it still has gravitas to what's happening for you at the moment. So a lot of good news is on the way, especially when we get these two, especially the Wheel of Fortune. It's sort of saying there has been a lot of effort and energy put into a project that you now are going to see, perhaps from your birthday time, 6 months ago, you're going to see the fruits of this project. Positive, fantastic, Scorpio. Let's have a look at recent influences coming through, and we have the 10 of Cups. So very much this is the card, the family card, the relationship, you know, family relationship card, what it looks like to this on the surface and what it is beneath the surface are two different things, usually, as we know. So it's sort of bringing up that sort of vibe, really, of, you know, things might look like this on the surface, but emotionally they're quite different. The cups. So it's about examining that. And to me it just looks like it could be, you know, your place, Scorpio, in that whole scenario of family, relationships, what is what, because I know that Scorpios are very honest people to a point. So it may be sort of really having evaluated these sort of relationships and what really, on what level is that relationship. Is it really resembling the Ten of Cups, like the facade of everything looks fabulous, happy families? Or what I'm getting here is you've kind of dug a bit deeper and you've sort of finding your own self in this whole picture. We'll put another, hopefully we'll put a card on that, because that's sort of tipped the balance a bit. Okay, let's see the lesson you'll be learning. The Fool. New beginnings, new journeys, taking a leap of faith, starting out again on a new cycle. Really interesting though, Scorpio. I'm seeing it as a very much an individualistic reading for you, not you part of a group or part of a family or part of anything, but just you as an individual. Big cards coming through here, so it's just really about getting on with things how you want them to play out, but also having dealt with a lot of stuff as well, emotional stuff. Near future we have the Hermit. So, you know, beginning of May, don't be surprised if you feel like just observing, not really getting involved in other people's stuff and business. You're just sort of quite happy to stand back, observe, see what's going on, reserve judgment on issues or what's going on. Very individual, this very much singular sort of trip I can see for May. So the Hermit is just the wise person too. So, and with the Hierophant as the energy around, it's like keep your own counsel, trust yourself, don't moral compass all the way. And yeah, you may not feel, Scorpio, like being a part of the razzmatazz. You may just want to be a bit standing out and just sort of seeing what goes on, being a spectator, a wise spectator. So there we have across here 4 big cards. So a very interesting month. Let's see what's happening that you're not realising. Fear for fear's sake. You don't let that creep in, especially this 4 weeks of April, May. Just go with it, because this fear is ridiculous somehow. It's just a conjured up thing that our brains do, you know. Boredom perhaps creates our mind to just lead us down all sorts of scenarios that are really kind of negative in the vibe of it rather than positive. It's more of a sort of a idle time where, you know, your mind just runs wild, where you should really be just being, trusting your own feelings rather than going into your head about stuff and lying awake at night not getting much sleep because you're trying to ascertain what's going on, or you're worried about interpersonal relationships in families or your relationship on a whole. So try, and that's sort of in the background though, you're not really realising that. But if doubt does creep in, just get rid of it. Go, you know, go do something active rather than sit there pondering. Okay, how others are seeing you. 6 of Swords, definitely movement, like moving out of a difficult situation into a nicer situation, from a choppy, rough sea to a smooth sailing sea, smooth sailing time. Very much a travel card as well, but just moving in your head as well. This is swords, is always mind. So, you know, they're seeing that you're sort of moving out of something, a time of doubt, into clarity, for example. This is other people seeing you. It's only a minor card, but that, to me, I'm getting this month is just about you, solely and wholly about you. It's not about, sometimes we've just got to cut what we think other people think of us, because it's a big journey for you, Scorpio, in itself. What they really think about you is really, I see that they see you've sort of gone through a bit of a trial and successfully completed it. But for you, it's really important, and it's big. Let's see what you're feeling positive about. Yeah, once again, this is a major sort of step back and observe. And this is more in terms of career, job. Stand back and see how far you've come. Look at the garden you've created, for example, with the actual pictures is worth 1,000 words. It's a gorgeous sunflower field. So have a look at that and just go, yep, you know what, I'm doing well. New things are coming along. I'm keeping my own counsel. Everything, this is my destiny at the moment, and I'm going to follow it and just sort of be happy that things I have been putting effort in, and now I can start to see the rewards for the effort. But you are feeling positive about that, so then there's no need to go into self-doubt here or sleepless nights, is there, Scorpio? Okay, let's have a look at the final outcome. And we have clarity coming through with the Ace of Swords. So definitely a sharp, clear mind. And this card always comes after, you know, troubles with the mind, troubles with your head, so to speak, where you're just sort of being overwhelmed with too much going on in your head. And then you get the breakthrough with the Ace of Swords. So it's brilliant. And it's a nice way to finish. And then we'll be moving into Gemini from the 3rd week of May. So then that clarity, and then we move into air proper. So I'm just going to put an extra card on this 10 of Cups and see what that is, because that's quite interesting in itself, why it's there. And what's actually underneath it. The Ace of Cups. Yeah, and the new connections, like singular connections too. Your connection with somebody. And maybe there has been that 10 of Cups there where, yeah, everyone thought it was great, whatever it was, what it was. But that was the facade, but underneath that is this fabulous new sort of burst of emotional energy and connection, or reconnecting with someone from the past that you just have that great vibe with. You just get on really well with them. And it may be also, if it's not a relationship, it'll be an emotional thing or a situation, or just your life in general, feeling really rebooted, so to speak. Let's quickly have a look at your message, and it is discipline. A disciplined mind leads to happiness. An undisciplined mind leads to suffering. Discipline is one of the most used practical tools to reunite the mind, body and spirit, and is encouraged in many spiritual pursuits as a way to attain ultimate happiness. That is what it is. Thank you so much for listening, Scorpio. We'll chat next month.